Alright, I'm going live.
Alright.
I hit the live button. I mean, we're still waiting for Ness, but it's fine.
Yeah, I didn't expect this to come
They'll get
right now.
here. Oh, Lewis is barking about. Hi, Lewis. Oh my gosh, this morning I was in the gift store at work this morning and I'm just sitting there, right? And one of my coworkers peeks their head outside of the employee area and
hmm
says, Bumble desperately wants to come out. Does someone want to hang out with him for a while? That's our blue tongue skink that we've got. And I'm like, sure, I want to hang out with Bumble. So she brings out the blue tongue skink, and I just sit there with a lizard over my shoulder for like a half hour. It was great times. It was a good morning, honestly.
Oh my gosh. Reptiles. I don't get them. I really don't get them. They're how do you interact with them? They don't react
Oh,
how
they
you'd
do
expect them to
react,
react.
just differently. They've
I
got
was
these
playing
cute
one two
little
three red light
dopey
with
faces.
I was playing 1 2 3 red light with a snake when I was with um my in-laws. Yeah, they had a snake and every time when I turned my head around, it came close and when I turned back around to look at it, it stopped.
Hmm.
And then when I turned my head around, it came close.
That's hilarious.
I don't know if it was hunting. I don't know if snakes do that. Like, cats kind of hunt
Cats do
when you're
that.
not looking.
Snakes don't do that so much. It's more that, if they're staying still, they can't be seen. And so if they're trying to go anywhere and something seems scary, they're going to stop when it's looking at them.
Ah.
Cuz snakes are more ambushy than uh
hmm
than cats are, so they're only going to strike once. As far
Ah.
as as far as they care.
I didn't know you could get more ambushy than cats, to be honest. They can't help
They're
themselves.
not that they're really playful cats. I don't think of them that much as ambush predators because even though they will ambush stuff, they don't like sit and wait for hours for something to come
Oh
to
yeah,
them.
that's true.
That's what real ambush predators do.
Oh my gosh. Let's see, is there anyone?
Uh, I is that is the one you?
Yeah, I just joined.
So no,
Well,
I don't believe so. Oh well, I should hop onto the YouTube. There we go. Yeah,
to the YouTube.
the YouTube tab. If I hop onto the YouTube tab, then I can actually, watch more accurately what's going on.
hmm
As if I'm watching on the Streamlabs, it's delayed. And YouTube is already delayed. But that's fine. Whoop, whoop. And we're down. Kathy,
hmm
there you are. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. Don't worry.
You can't go quiet for too long because my internet has been, uh, something. It's been something.
That's not supposed to be happening.
I don't know. It was really weird the other night where it just completely glitched out on me.
Mm. You said you're Ontario.
Yeah,
hmm Okay.
I've told you that before, haven't I?
Yeah, I know. They're just uh two O's. I think of when I think of Canada. Ottawa and Orlando, Ontario, and then there's Orlando. That's a mix up with Ontario sometimes, but then Orlando's all the way in Florida.
Orlando is where I fly to when I want to visit Ness.
Yeah.
In Ontario, just outside of Toronto, just to add more O's to that,
hmm
collection you've got going there. And I was born in Ottawa. There you go.
Mm.
Now you've got all the O's together.
Uh, how many people are there now?
Oh, nothing. It's still just
Nothing.
us.
Oh, I wonder if we're going to have the podcast today.
Hey, you know what? If it's just us talking about the chapters, that's fine. We've done that before.
Yeah, we just will have a Q&A or nothing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hello, I'm here.
Oh, hey, welcome.
Ines.
Yeah,
You're the
hi.
first one to show up.
Oh, you really are.
So this is convenient, I suppose.
I wonder if this is what they call like you know how streamers on Twitch have to stream every single day, and if they miss one day, they lose like a ton of subscribers or um stuff like that, viewers.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah, maybe that's what happened.
Because we missed a month and they were like, "What?
Yeah,
What happened? Oh no."
we lost all our 5 viewers.
Oh no, where's Eleanor? Ooh, we depend
Wonder
on
where
Eleanor.
Eleanor is.
uh,
I was thinking maybe at least Eleanor would show up.
I mean, if Eleanor isn't here, oh well.
Yeah, I'm good with no one showing up.
We can just
Yeah.
talk about the chapters. We can do
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, I should pull it up, shouldn't I? Ha 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 ha, chapters. I just keep doing that. Here we go. 114. Ugh. It was actually so nice to be able to read 2 chapters in a row.
Ooh. That's 2 months of work.
Well, it is, and that's why I'm proud of myself for having left the last chapter after I knew that we weren't going to be doing the podcast last month. I just left it, and I'm like, I'm going to do both at the same time. I can do it. I waited it out.
Swear they need to add more content to these chapters, man.
Which is funny because they're already especially long.
They're not long enough. Like I mean they're the typical length for a monthly
Really?
manga,
Yeah.
but it's not long enough. It's too good. I want more.
I had a funny experience of like, after being elsewhere in different fandoms and consuming other media, I came back to this and I was reading through more of it and I'm like, wow, TBHK is really good.
Yeah.
It's like really well written and really pretty
What a
and
shocker.
drawn really
Who knew?
impressively. I like, you know,
Who knew?
when it's all TBHK, I get like
Who
so
knew?
used to it, and then it's like you go away from it long enough and come back, it's like, whoa, this is some pretty stuff here.
I never get shocked. I never get shocked by it because it's literally the only manga I've read through the entirety of. So, because it's that good.
Also, your tastes are
And it's
refined,
the
and
only
you
one I've
wouldn't.
ever found that's this good.
Your tastes are refined, and you wouldn't. It would consume large quantities of bad media, anyways. So
It's true that.
Yeah, I don't like wasting my life on that.
yeah, I waste my time on
I
that.
have
It's
better
fine.
things to do. I have better things to do, like sleep. 'Cause honestly, that's a better use of my time.
I'm just gonna scroll down to right here. That's this
I
little
just
slab panel, right? Okay,
I just
perfect.
wish, I'm like the type of person that likes to binge stuff. I mean, part of me it's glad that I'm keeping up with this manga, but part of me also wish that I forgot this manga like 3-4 years ago and then picked it back up and had all this content to read. And
See,
this
that
is
would be
so
fun,
great.
but then I feel like once you hit this wall of where the manga stops, it would be that much exponentially more painful.
It would be painful.
Yeah, that's true.
I was in pain when I finished reading this, and that was before the severance even happened. So imagine no. Imagine no if it
Now it would be
was.
vicious. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to try. Oh, my bird's joining the conversation. Hi, Nikki. And now she's quiet.
Good.
Anyways, well, it's just us. Y'all want to talk about the chapters?
Sure.
I guess that is what we're here for, right?
It is what we're here for. We can just
We
talk
don't even
us.
need to introduce ourselves to each other. Can you believe that?
I don't know. I don't know. Do you know who I am, guys? I don't know.
No. Who are you?
I'm a mystery.
Introduce yourself
I'm
like
an
it's like
enigma.
it's the first day of school.
Hello, everybody. Please don't look at me.
I can't see you. So I won't, I guess.
This first day of school. Oh no. Oh no, I just realized that Terry was introduced with flowers and I didn't look up what kind of flowers those were. It's okay, it's Terry, I don't care. Okay. Moving
How
on.
dare you? How dare you? Everyone knows that Teru is the best character in this manga. How dare you?
Clearly. Just look at that face. On his
Sure.
Yeah, look at him. I mean, anyone
Sure.
who read this chapter knows. Come on.
I love how it just opens up with, "Hello, it's Akane-san's fiance, Minamoto Teru."
I laughed.
I laughed too. Even Teru can have his funny moments.
All right, so who's going to
Isn't that
take
his
up the
purpose?
summary? Am I going to, or?
It's your thing. It's your thing. You do it.
That's for damn sure.
Okay, fine. I'm going to make this one quick though, but I'm going to try to touch all the panels and points.
Okay.
So we, as Amy said, Teru had to introduce himself, the narcissist that he is, because the whole panel to himself.
I love him.
Let's be fair. Nene always introduces herself too.
True.
Sometimes.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Sometimes.
She does that so often.
She does. Usually in a
Not all
funny
the
and new
time,
way.
but, like really,
She
yeah, really
does that.
often.
She has done that more than Teru. I'll give her that.
Well, I guess who's the real narcissist here?
There's no way Nene and narcissist can be in the same sentence. I've never seen a girl
What
more
has
insecure.
Teru a narcissist for doing this? I think you're just looking
Because he's
for
just a
things-
narcissist.
You're just looking for ways to talk bad about him. Don't talk bad about
Yes,
him.
that's what I do.
He's
That's my job.
everyone's favorite character. We all know this.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
everybody loves Teru. That's this manga.
Obviously.
That's what it's called, actually. That's the name of this manga.
It's just called Teru.
No, everybody loves Teru. That's what it's called.
Oh, it's called Everybody Loves Teru. I
Yeah.
see. That's true.
Anyways, go ahead, Cappy.
But yeah, they're picked up from the last chapter, the last chapter. And the goal is, if you guys forgot, to jump back in time and find out exactly where the change happened, so that they can reverse that change, so that they can go back to their previous timeline.
Mhm.
And so far things in the school have been peaceful, but this chapter is actually about Teru's and Aoi's date. So they're going on a date and they are actually fiancés in this timeline, which is cringe.
How cringe.
And even Aoi's acting all cringe because she's acting all scared. And I mean, we know Aoi. She's just acting. She's just acting.
She's very much just acting. Although I think I thought it was kind of fun that Teru's like immediate reaction to her being willing was just unease. He's like, this is wrong.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. So they go on roller coaster rides, they do dates, and Teru has the same facial expression, the fake smile, the bored eyes.
It's so funny.
He is
Why
so
are
out
so
of this.
stupid?
Yeah, he's so out of this date.
He's so out of
they're
it
having
that
right now.
Ida couldn't even draw his face.
Yeah, that's true. He took a picture and he sent it to Aoi with Akane, which was hilarious. But yeah, they're going. They're getting snacks. Teru wants Aoi to feed him. You know, typical date stuff. Everyone's looking. Everyone's in shock. Everyone thinks it's so cute.
There's literally everybody watching.
Yeah, everybody watching. And yeah, my favorite parts of the manga, my favorite parts of the whole manga, actually, was
This right here. This one.
Teru gets backhanded. He gets
He gets
slapped.
bitch slapped by
Favorite
Aoi.
part of the whole manga.
Is Teru getting bitch slapped? That's fair.
That's crazy. That's not
Knowing
fair.
you,
What the fuck
no,
are you talking about?
no,
That's not fair.
that's knowing
favorite
That's not
part
Kaffy.
fair.
of the
Whoa,
manga.
whoa, whoa.
Knowing
I don't
Kaffy, that is very
My favorite
expected.
part of the manga, from 7:15 to 7:16 p.m. June 20th, 2024. Right? It's
That's
my
still
favorite
not
part of
fair.
the manga
That's still
for a
not fair.
minute.
I don't give that
For
to
1
you.
minute.
I mean, it
And
is
then-
I'm
great.
still not conceding this. It's good, yeah. But this is TBHK we're talking about.
This
But that
immediate.
slap came out of nowhere. I did not expect that slap though.
Uh,
Did not expect it. Because I thought Aoi was like actually into it.
I loved her tone. Oh, what on earth were you thinking? You sorry excuse for a man.
She sounds so abusive, like a verbally abusive wife or something. Maybe that, if
That's
they got
0
together-
points for you today. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. If they actually got married, can you imagine Teru comes in from work all day exercising demons, and then the first thing he does is get bitch slapped by Howie and says, "Oh, you sorry excuse for a man, you're 1 minute late for dinner."
Teru the masochist? Absolutely. I see it.
uh,
Anyways.
But, apparently, the reason why he got that slap is because they made a promise to behave like a proper couple in front of everybody.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of confused what part of what they were doing wasn't a proper couple.
Maybe.
They were feeding each other in front of everybody.
probably the part where it was like, oh wait, doesn't the president look a little moody? Is this a lover's quarrel?
Oh,
Probably
yeah.
that.
Probably that. That's
Probably
true.
that.
Yeah,
I don't know
like
how they could
them
see that
talking about
from
them
so
breaking
far,
up.
but
Yeah.
oh yeah, true. So Aoi, Teru asks her straight up if she has a crush on him actually, because they came from different timelines. He doesn't actually know about her feelings. So they find out that nothing. There's no feelings.
Absolutely not. For sure, 0% attraction there.
And their engagement was actually an arranged marriage. What a surprise!
Of course it was. That's the only way
Because,
Teru's gonna get married, after all.
yeah, true.
I love how you're appealing so hard to her like terror hate. You're trying so hard, and for why?
I don't know. I'm just feeling the Teru hate mood this chapter. Maybe it's because I'm
course.
sympathizing with Aoi.
I just found him funny this chapter, so
He is
I don't really
funny.
hate him. It's just
He's
funny.
what it is. I'll give it that. He's what it is. So. But
Besides,
even Teru says that he's a little bitch later on.
And I love that.
yeah,
I love
that's
that. This is
hilarious.
great. Little bitch men are the best.
Yep.
They are. They're the best fictional characters.
Give me an
Literally.
example of one that I know.
No, don't do that. All of Nessa's favorite characters are little bitch
all
men.
of my favorite characters.
Would Scaramouche be like?
Yes.
Oh,
example?
absolutely. Yeah. He is a little bitch, and I love him.
Oh my gosh. But apparently their marriage was arranged because of the Akane clan having a special bloodline, which I mean we know they're perfect sacrifices basically.
Yep.
And the Minamoto's wants to keep them under control. But Teru mentioned something here, and I kind of want some help figuring him out.
Mhm.
He says that the masses have stopped believing in the gods that demand sacrifices, and now the seven mysteries reside in the academy, in place of them. So
So the gods of demand, I mean, like we've talked about how rumors work before. Everyone
Mm-hmm.
should know how rumors
Yeah.
work. It's like people need to believe in them for them to hold any power. So the gods that demand sacrifices, the Red House god, anyways, that thing, it needs to be offered sacrifices. If the masses don't do that, then they lose their power. Uh, so they shouldn't be around anymore, except the seven mysteries are supposed to be there, kind of where they used to be.
Okay.
But that's maybe not the case if the seven mysteries don't exist in this world.
Yeah.
And we have
Which
seen the other seven mysteries, like in not seven
we
mysteries
haven't.
roles. So
Yeah.
But yeah. Ooh, they're both talking about their marriage and how they both opposed it as children, and how he recites exactly, how he remembers exactly what Teru told her, which is I can imagine that's very traumatizing for Aoi.
a small child.
And he's basically says he despises those like Aoi's type who hangs their head and play the victim. So he's still there not to fall in love, and I mean, how can you? Teru calls himself a brat.
I love the sparkles all over what he was saying too. It was just
Yeah.
exact quote. End
End
quote.
What a brat. Who was he? It
What's
was you.
what's funny though is that I feel like that's the closest we've ever gotten to what Teru like actually feels about Aoi, because he never talks about how he
Yeah.
really
Yeah, it's
feels
true.
about her.
And I think if there's one thing this chapter confirmed for me, it's that Teru doesn't have feelings for Aoi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he doesn't. I don't know what he's got going for, but
Yeah,
he's
there's still like weird something. I don't
there's
know.
something. He's got plans for her. I don't
Yeah,
know what the
yeah.
plans are. Maybe secretly Teru is just trying to be a matchmaker and his ultimate goal is to pair up everyone and he's trying really hard to pair up Aoi and Akane successfully.
If so, wouldn't that actually make Teru the hero of the story? Because we all want these pairings to happen.
Only if he
Aoi?
succeeds in getting Hananene and Mitsuko together, and I don't think he's Team Mitsuko at least.
He's not Team Hananene
He's gonna
either.
accidentally get them together. I can see it.
He's only Team Hananene because he has to be right now.
He'll be Team Hananene.
Even if he's just team one of my ships, I appreciate that at least.
Yeah. His sole existence is to be a point of conflict to force couples to get closer together. That's what he's here for. So, Kathy, next time you ask what Teru's purpose is and complaining that he had a purpose, remember his purpose
really
is to bring the couples together.
He really does sound like a matchmaker when he's like, "Hey, do you like Aoi? You do, don't you?"
You do. You like Aoi?
Yeah, you like him, don't you?
The way he's constantly antagonizing Aoi to like just be more assertive, like honestly assertive, not his usual assertiveness. Anyways, that's my Teru bit for the day.
Suddenly you're not so anti-Teru.
Look, I love Teru, but I also love picking on him.
That's what the purpose of his kind of character is.
Yeah. He's a Sampo, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. Sampo's more of a dumbass though, but that's fine. He's more of a dumbass rat, but that's okay.
Alright, anyways, the chapter.
Yeah, so they're just discussing their opposition to the marriage, and she's discussing apparently Akane's father, I mean Aoi's father, had an affair and left.
I love that little tidbit of information. Apparently he has 2 other daughters.
I relate to Aoi heavily. I'm sure I have plenty of other half siblings that I don't know about.
Yeah, probably.
Well, And Aoi kind of wants her mother to have more faith in her. But actually, Teru starts talking about his family life, and he mentions something about his mother. And we know that in the original timeline, they don't have a mother anymore.
Yeah, she
But
died.
Teru basically had so it's this kind of timeline, time shenanigans.
Oh
Sad, huh?
shit.
But
No.
his expression was so weird for me. Like, isn't that weird? He has this like immediate like sad look to him. Like, why? Why are you sad about the fact that your mother is alive? Why does that bother you?
I don't know. I just
assumed
think
it
it's sad realization. That's what I
I assumed it was
from
because
it.
the whole point of this was to like change this timeline
Yeah.
away from what it is, right? So like it's sad because it's like, oh, my mother's here, but like this timeline isn't the one that like I like that I'm trying to get rid of this timeline.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's
So
what
he's
I
like,
thought the
oh,
sadness
so
came from.
it's that kind of time
Yeah,
shenanigans.
yeah, that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Why
that's
I
what
thought
I
he
got
was
from
really
it,
sad.
basically.
and the way you said that's the kind of world we're in. What do you mean?
Mhm.
What killed his mother? I mean, we talked about it last time we did a podcast. It's like, why is it that changing Hanako and Tsukasa's story affected these other things in this specific way? This is
That
another one where it's like, how is it that changing Hanako and Tsukasa changed
was my
the
first thought.
Minamoto
It's like,
moms?
how the
Like,
hell? What does that have to do with her at all? I'm so confused.
like, all we know about her is that she got sick and died after Tiara was born. Like, that's what we know.
Yeah.
Because it's all Ko said. But if she's still alive in this timeline, it implies that it was supernaturally driven, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or we're in a timeline now where they do have supernaturals that you can sacrifice to in order to have a wish granted.
possibly.
In which case, it's possible that she was saved somehow. Anyways,
Well, I guess we'll see.
that was a thought that just
Mhm.
came to me.
Well, we actually switch setting. We actually switch scenes. Sorry, and we're in Teru's house, the Minamoto's house. Teru's mom is cooking. She's alive. She's well. She's humming, having fun, and Koi's helping her.
Oh, look at those cute little flowers that are next to her head. They're bluebells, if you're wondering.
Oh,
Okay. Anyways.
Anyways, those
All
bluebells.
right. So, do they mean anything, or are you just?
I mean, they're not particularly interesting. They're just kind of reflecting her personality. It's like humility, calm.
It's just just pointing out that they're bluebells doesn't mean much. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah.
what do
they're
they mean
bluebells.
though?
Like, I was looking up the meaning and I'm like, this meaning doesn't really mean anything. It's just her personality, and that already comes across in every other way. So, yeah.
Still needed to mention that they were bluebells, though.
Yeah, that was important though. I need everyone to
some
know
reason.
that they were bluebells, in fact.
Okay.
Mhm. But yeah, Teru's in charge. I mean, Ko is in charge of setting the table, and he apparently sets the table for 3 people. But I think his mind is kind of messed up right now with the whole time shenanigans. So
That's
he should be
interesting
setting
though,
the table for 5 people.
because he set it for 3, which means he still has like some subconscious memories of the last timeline. And I'm wondering if
weird.
those are going to like start surfacing more as he gets into trouble later on, but that'd be interesting. It'd suck for Ko, but it'd be really interesting.
Didn't we think that like the only people who would have any memories would be the people who were like actually involved with the clock keepers in that whole thing? But like clearly that's not the case if he's having this like subconscious like memory kind of thing going on.
It could just be that he's a Minamoto or something as well.
Maybe? I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. So Ko gets a call. It's his boyfriend.
Yo, it is.
I mean, true.
Look, until it is directly stated otherwise, I accept nothing other than the headcanon that these two are in fact dating in this timeline.
Well, I also don't like that because this timeline is not a thing that is gonna stay. So I don't want to headcanon that actually.
I'm headcanoning it.
I'm not, so I don't get it ripped away from my soul.
But Mitsuba actually called him to tell him about what happened in the previous chapter. Some three girls were summoned in Sakaso, and one of them disappeared. So his conclusion is basically, oh, you're exorcist, let's go investigate, which never ends well. Never ends well.
True.
There's another flower over here. I'm not going to talk about it yet though because it comes up in the next chapter. We can talk about it. If Mitsuba dies again, no joke, I will laugh. Like that will make me laugh. I'm sorry, Mitsuba. I love you, but God,
I laughed the last time he died too.
It's that's funny. I can't help it. It's funny.
It is. It's hilarious.
But on to the next chapter.
All right.
Yay.
On to the next chapter that we get to just jump into. Hooray.
This is this is the better of the two chapters.
It is the more of the two chapters. Oh look, strawberries. They associated strawberries with Nene again. They've done that before. That's Nene's flower. I don't really know what that symbolism is about.
It'd be reddish.
Poor Nene.
But yeah, so in our it's the same mission. They need to search for the change, exactly what happened in the past that the clock keepers changed. But now we're looking at things from Nene's perspective.
Yeah, now it's more painful because we vaguely know what changed already. The audience was told. It's just Nene finding out now.
So she's going on a hunt, going through the school. She's holding a moke that's very cute. And we have her this board game set up here of her wandering around the school.
It's very nice, yeah.
But a key thing to notice is that the confession tree isn't there. And
yay, question mark?
and she can't find the door to the book stacks. And Yako, the entrance to Yako's domain, the stairs, apparently that's been overrun by delinquents right now. So I guess that's no longer there. But yeah, basically all the entrances to all the mysteries that Nene is familiar with, not there. And the confession tree, oh my gosh, she's gone. So yeah, so Nene, she realized that school is very, very peaceful while the supernaturals aren't around. I can't imagine why.
Like some of the supernaturals are still around.
Clearly.
But
so Nene actually remembers that, she can actually ask Shikomori, who we know is still around.
I'm sorry, I just noticed this moke spraying itself in the face with the water fountain.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's cute.
So I love that.
Also, I love that Nene's thought is a butterfly lands on her nose and her memory is Tsuchikomori eating the butterfly. And she's like, oh yeah!
Oh, that's
my
Tsuchikomori's
teacher!
Favorite snack! Right.
So she says, oh yeah. So apparently somebody calls out for Nene, using her full name, and in Japan that's kind of a no-no unless you're familiar. And apparently it's this guy, this dude.
It's this guy, and I love he's introduced to like this like big important figure with the sparkles and everything. It's like it's me. And I'm like, whoa, that's a character I never expected to see again.
When I first saw this and I saw all the flashiness, I'm like, I should know who this is, but I don't.
I recognized him right away, but my thought really was, I was like, wow, I did not think that guy would ever come back.
And then is mesmerized, just a tiny bit, not really so much as you'd expect from like chapter 1 Nini though. And she's thinking, who is this guy? And she finally reminds me
See chapter 1. That was a long time ago. Oh god.
But then she confessed to him and he called her gross. Or daikon. He called her daikon.
He called her a daikon. That's where the daikon came from. He is the originator of the daikon.
Yeah.
That's his one claim to fame. That's his legacy. The daikon.
But Nene's a bit busy right now, so she's like trying to get away, and he apparently did he's mentioning that he's the busy one, and she called him here to do something. And then he grabs her and twirls her around all romantically, but it's very cringy because I don't ship them.
No, it was so funny because he like pushes her against the wall and just her face of sheer like, what the fuck?
She's so shook.
This for me, this was partially a face of like, oh my god, not again! Like the number of times that a guy has done this sort of thing to her now is too many.
Adede is traumatized. He traumatized her, and he's basically doing this because Nene owes him a love confession apparently, and if she does it right and makes it interesting, she puts on a song and dance, she'll become his 10th girlfriend. Oh my god.
Oh, you can be my 10th girlfriend. It's like, dude, are you admitting to having a harem or are you just a player? Like
he's admitting to being a manho. That's what it is.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, sounds right. And so she daikon headbutts him in the face.
Yeah, which is hilarious.
It's beautiful.
Literal daikon.
She does a flip.
Yeah, backflip. I appreciate the flip because Nene is not usually this athletic.
So Yashiro Nene's most adept moment is her headbutting this guy for having kabedoned her. Like, doing a full gymnastic flip and dashing away.
And he's dashing, he's chasing after her. He wants the confession. They're going fast. And Nene is just having she's thinking that in this world has she seriously not given up on this guy, and is it because she hasn't met Hanako and she knows why she doesn't like Minamoto anymore? She's with
he's like,
oh my god, the comedic timing of this moment is perfect.
Yeah.
I can already imagine it in the anime, like,
right?
Yeah.
With like the ding sound effect and everything.
I know, I heard the ding sound effect too. I did.
And then just the scene afterwards, like, confess to me, never.
The murmuring in the background. Why is the moke on this guy's shoulder now?
I don't know. But yeah, she says this, she didn't intend to confess to this guy at the school festival. It was supposed to be Hanako. But she runs past this other I wouldn't call him hot. Cute? Yeah, I guess
maybe a little slightly cute boy.
Yeah. Nene thinks he's cute and hot.
Yes. Nene has a very specific type.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? I got interrupted.
Oh, we're talking about Nene's very specific type of man.
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she calls him hottest guy in Nene. He's not hot.
Apparently, he's the
Anyways.
hottest guy in the class. I don't think he beats Akane, but you know, personal opinions. I understand.
Yeah. So he's apparently giving her paperwork to fill out for him, and it's implied that he does this all the time for her. To her.
Oh my god.
She takes the paperwork for comedic effect, and you know she runs past what's his name again?
Yamabuki. Lemon.
Yeah, Lemon. Yeah, she
His
runs
name's
past
Lemon.
Yamabuki Lemon, and he calls her sugar mama lady, which I don't think that's appropriate for this.
God.
What's happening here? But
I don't.
okay.
I don't think that's a word-to-word translation, but boy, did it make me laugh. Sugar
Wait, what
Mama
were you talking
Nene.
about?
Sugar
Oh,
Mama Nene.
So the original, the translation I read first, it said like mega simp nene or something.
Mega simp.
That's
That's good too.
Yeah, I loved that. That's way better than sugar mama nene.
Yeah, sugar mama
Mega
Nene
simp
doesn't
Nene.
work. And she's just reflecting on the sad state of this world's Nene and calls her an idiot.
Really, Hanako really did save her from being this
Oh my god.
embarrassing simp.
If I've never seen character development before, this is it.
Yeah, it really is.
This is the current Nene reacting to what like original Nene was.
Current Nene cringing hard at her past self. That's how you know a character has developed, is when they can look back at their past selves and cringe out of their skin. That's character development.
But Nene comes to a quieter part of the school, and it's the science prep lab. The science prep room. So she wonders if Sushikoma is in there, which I don't think he would be. But she apparently runs in that room very quickly to escape the guy who's the raging confession guy.
Fair. Like, hide from him. He's like, get away.
Yeah. And someone's apparently in this room, and I was so shook. I was very shook. So he's basically just this person. He's saying that the students aren't allowed in the science lab, and Nene, you know, she's glad that. Oh yeah, she's glad that she needs to basically. She basically wants to ask him where Sushikomori is, but yeah, she's taken aback by exactly who she sees, and she sees an adult Amane Yugi.
Yeah, for a second I thought your pause was to mimic the dramatic pause effect that was in the manga. I was like, yes, quiet, silence, boom. It is adult Amane in all his tall, hot man glory that she always imagined.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but it's so sad. I don't like this. It's so sad. Because, I mean, oh my gosh. The only thing I'm thinking of when I see this is that, you know, this is what Hanako never got to experience. This is what he could have been, but he didn't get to experience it.
Okay, but here's what gets me, right? Nene looks at a little looking Hanako and says, Hanako condescendent! And now she's looking at an adult Hanako and she's just lost for words. It's like she actually knows what's going on, and I'm like, no you don't.
That's true.
Don't mess with me, Nene. You don't know what's going on. You don't recognize him. No way!
Hanako's grandparent.
It's Hanako's grandpa.
Oh my god.
Hanako's ancestor.
Yes, Hanako's ancestor. Perfect.
Clearly.
But he seems like he was a pretty nice professor. He's running jokes a bit. he's making coffee out of a beaker,
I
which is
noticed that.
He
straight
would.
out of Breaking
That's
Bad.
so him.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's basically generally what I get from him is a very chill teacher that you can talk to about yeah, your goals, maybe some problems here and there. But he's very chill.
And then he disappears, and I'm glad because when he showed up, I was like, "Nah,
What does
not
it
the
mean?
timeline. No, it doesn't
Yeah, I
match.
was like,
It doesn't
No,
work.
he can't be
doesn't work.
alive. Like
Yeah,
what?
that's what
Nah,
I was thinking. That's
impossible.
what I was thinking.
I
It
mean,
wouldn't work.
instantly, I was like,
I
something
mean,
weird's going on here because there's no way.
Yeah,
he could be alive technically. Because it's not that long ago. It's 50 years ago. But I
yeah,
don't
but
want to
he'd
see
be
him.
an old ass
I don't
man.
want
Yeah,
to
he
see.
could be,
I
but
don't
he,
want to
yeah,
see I don't want to see that. No, thank you.
he'd look like an actual boomer, which he
Yeah.
is,
Yeah, it's
but
better
he'd
he
actually look
dies.
like one.
Better he dies. Just die young.
It's better he dies.
Wow.
Thank God he's dead.
I don't want to see that. But yeah, it turns out this science prep room was actually just an old storage room, and she recalled something that Sakasa told her that's during the festival, time can become kind of unstable. So maybe that's why she got the vision that she did. um, and she found some old papers, and it contained a picture of Hanako. I mean, adult Yugi.
Professor
Let's help
Yugi.
Professor.
Professor
Is he?
Yugi.
Oh,
Yugi
yeah,
Sensei.
Yugi Sensei. Showing some students around, which also made me very sad.
That is sad.
But that's the type of manga we subject ourselves to.
It is. I did quite honestly tear up when I was actually reading this a little bit
Uh,
because it is so sad for her to just come to that gut
Yeah.
punch
yeah,
revelation there.
yeah, because like when I was looking at this, I was just thinking of I was just thinking of back to the Picture Perfect arc where Hanako was pointing to the stars and he was so passionate about astronomy and telling Nene what's exactly going on in the sky, and that's what he's doing now, but he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
And in the original timeline, he had already died, so yeah,
It's,
eh, the life we live.
the life we live.
The life we live.
It's interesting how they've set this up though, because now they've got like Teru and Nene are the two that are most actively trying to change the timeline back to the way it was, and now they've both been given clear reasons not to. It's like they've
Yeah.
just been given ultimate proof that the people they care about the most benefit better from being in this timeline. As Hanako
Yeah.
lives a full life in this timeline, even if Nene doesn't get to meet him, and then Teru, his siblings have their mom. Like,
Yep.
Yeah. It's like the more I think about it, like just objectively, I would stick with this timeline. Things are just objectively better in this timeline. Although you don't have this a ghost high school boyfriend. Like
Well, I mean,
things are
from
better
what
for
most of what we
now.
see, but like, the
Yeah,
end of
right
this
now.
chapter might beg otherwise.
True. True. But that's true. I forgot about the end of this chapter.
Did you forget it?
Yes,
The end of this chapter scares the
timeline is so
bejesus
much
out of me.
better. And
Oh
then
my god.
faces Tsukasa.
Oh my god, I jumped. Like, god.
But yeah,
Anyways, the end of this
Mitsuba
chapter.
and Mitsuba and Ko, they're on a little date right now.
They are. Look at them going out on a
They're
date together.
also role playing.
Roleplay.
Ko as the exorcist.
Oh!
Wow.
Oh!
I'm joking, that was low.
Poor Ko.
Oh my
Even
God.
Ko felt that across
Roleplay.
dimensions. Ko just twitched in the manga from your burn.
But yeah, so they're on their little dates, and Mitsuba, he's saying, "Oh, I'm scared, but he's not going to say he's scared. He's going to say that he has to be here to protect his underclassmen. Which I forgot that they weren't in the same grade level, to be honest.
Yeah, I forgot that too. No, they were in the same grade. They were. They were in the same class.
Oh, he's worried about the girls as
yeah.
Okay, that confused me a bit. All right, great. So they found the desk where these idiots, underclassmen, summoned Tsukasa, and
which they did with chrysanthemums, by the way. White ones. It was even stated in the chapter that they used white chrysanthemums, which is very much a funeral flower. Haha. Actually, that's actually kind of interesting for me, because now the chrysanthemum is Tsukasa's flower, specifically. So, Hanako's flower is the Tsubaki, which is like noble death and love, and then it's just this one, which is just death. This death! Anyways, flower tidbit of this chapter. Go ahead.
So, Ko, basically, yeah, he's doing his exorcist investigation, and he basically chalked up this, Tsukasa, to be just another, average level spirit summoning type of thing. Nothing to worry about, really. But I don't know how he's saying that while holding up some kind of bloody piece of paper. I'm assuming that's blood, at least.
It is blood, because it said so in the 2 chapters back. It's like the page bled. It was like bleed all over it.
Yeah, I remember. And yeah, I don't know how he's saying that this is some average level spirit, but
this is a paper with the person's name on it, and it's like, oh yeah, covered in blood. Ah, this is fine. This is fine.
Whatever. It's happens all the time.
Damn, there's just your average little low-level spirit here. Nah, no worries.
But yeah, he's basically coming to the conclusion that the girl is fine. She's, at the very most, she's possessed, and that would just make her harder to detect by humans, and she'll start acting all crazy later on. But nothing to worry about. But then there's something to worry about.
There is something to worry about.
You look behind them, and there's this, I don't know what this is. Some disfigured. I don't know what that is.
It is. It is her. It is the girl outside there. Possessed girl.
The possession didn't do her fine.
No, I mean, when does possession ever do someone fine?
Hello. Listen, I have read enough manga where people get possessed and they get hot.
Okay, yeah, actually, that is an anime thing. I won't deny it.
That is a trope. Yeah, so they actually look at exactly what that is. I mean, it made a plop sound. It's so disgusting.
Yeah, because it was a body plopping against the window.
But they look up, and I'm thinking that they need to look down to see if something fell down. But I guess they know better than me. They're actually in the manga. But then creepy activities start happening. They start hearing a voice saying, "Oh, thanks for playing with me." Oh, I start laughing, and I found you, and 2 more, and that. Ugh, I don't like to look at that.
It scared me.
Tsukasa turned around, but he had no face. Baby Tsukasa.
That Tsukasa,
he had a hole in his freaking face.
I cross-checked this. This Tsukasa is older than the Red House one. I went back and forth a few times. This one's bigger than he was in the Red House.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah. And he wants to play, which no. Just say no. Just say no, guys.
Just say no.
Just say no. That's how you beat Tsukasa. You just say no. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, that's it.
Because obviously that worked for Original Mitsuda. So well.
Right. Obviously.
Just say no. And it worked for fucking second Mitsuba too, so well. It worked for Mitsuba in general, so well.
It works for all Mitsubas, no matter where they're
Just
from.
say no, and Tsukasa's like, oh, my bad.
I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go away now.
Yeah, that works.
I'll just
Because
go.
if we know anything about Tsukasa, it's that he absolutely respects boundaries.
Oh yeah, respects boundaries, and he listens when people talk to him, and knows full well to back off when they tell him no. You know, that's Tsukasa for you. For sure.
Really, just a great guy once you get to
Yeah,
know.
you know, a really upstanding guy, Tsukasa.
Just because he doesn't have a face. It's not his fault.
It is his fault. He literally forgot his face, and then he's like, "Oh, let me put this back."
It's like, it's just like, huh?
Whoops, sorry guys.
I forgot I don't have a face right now. Sorry, let's play.
It's like, I left my gaping hole open after eating that girl. Oh, okay,
That's
I'm fine.
embarrassing.
Oh, that's just.
Whoopsie, that's so embarrassing.
Oops.
Sorry, guys.
I'm sorry you had to see my death hole like that.
That was supposed to be a reveal. It was supposed to be a surprise for later. Darn.
Darn. Just pretend you didn't see it. Act surprised next time.
Makes it more fun.
Oh my gosh.
Mitsuba's gonna die again.
I know, right? That's what I'm thinking.
Tsukasa's here, Mitsuba's here, he's dead.
And Ko's here.
And Ko's here, he's so dead.
He's so dead.
Yeah.
He's so dead.
Ko has to have the tragic moment again.
It's like, I mean, hey, this is a timeline that we could just, we're probably not going to stay in for super long. So, like, just kill him off. Why not?
I mean, okay.
This is a timeline we're going to keep anyways.
If they do kill him off, one, that's funny. I can't not laugh. Two, it would actually be a pretty good narrative move, because then Ko, who might be shocked into remembering the other timeline through that.
Yes.
And then he'll be desperately wanting to return to that one, because at least that one has a Mitsuba. And that puts him in conflict. Exactly.
Yeah, he'll be in conflict with Teru and Nene, who might be thinking that this timeline actually might be better.
I don't know Teru's feelings on whether he wants to keep this timeline just because his mom is there.
I think Teru isn't fully convinced by just his mom being here, but it does make him more conflicted.
It does make him conflicted, not even for himself, but just because he does everything for his siblings, and his siblings, they want their mom.
Yeah.
True.
Teru does have some sort of heart, at least.
It's entirely devoted to his siblings and his own ego.
But it's there.
That's it.
It's there, and it's small, but it's there.
Yeah, my other thought when I reached the end of this chapter was, okay, whatever Hanako did, Hanako's death must have in some way been a sacrifice that was preventing Tsukasa from becoming this.
Yeah.
But isn't Tsukasa no worse?
Exactly. Tsukasa's worse.
So what did
either way?
No, this Tsukasa is worse, because how do I play this? Our Tsukasa is still Tsukasa, technically.
He's wrong.
Yeah.
He's still a person. This Tsukasa, I don't think is Tsukasa at all. I think it's 100% the Red House spirit that's completely taken over. I think they're showing us that because the hole is in his head, meaning he doesn't have an ego here.
Yeah, the faceless. Yeah, it's that is a good way to represent that. He isn't. Really
he doesn't have his identity.
Yeah. True.
So yeah, I mean that would be a good way to incentivize that. Hey, no, this timeline actually is worse.
Yeah, it's hey, actually, it's worse. We have the Red House spirit who's at large and totally taking sacrifices. Ha ha
ha. Yeah,
is he at large though, or did the idiot girls make him kind of stronger right now?
I don't know. My other thought is, why are Aoi and Teru engaged? Like, what is
there's
what
no
is
reason.
scarier about this timeline that makes it so that Aloy's life is more in danger from supernaturals than it is in the original timeline?
I mean, the implication of like the seven mysteries not existing
Is that
makes me like immediately like, you know?
yeah, it's like if the seven mysteries aren't there, like specifically the seven mysteries are there to replace the gods that take sacrifices. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
so if they're not there, then this thing is here. That's a much scarier situation for Aloy, at least, for
And also,
sure.
yeah, like the seven mysteries, like it's kind of their job to like, mediate the supernatural and like human worlds, and like, since they're not here, it's like that's like extra like, yikes,
Yeah,
you
there's
know?
no mediation then. Yeah.
Yeah. So like supernaturals like the Sukasa like one is they just can just run free and do whatever they want.
So yeah, the implication here for this world is that while there are more living people in this world, it's just it looks a lot
Oh,
scarier.
yeah, I forgot to mention like on the right side of like the panels where like Sukasa is like, "Whoops, my face is gone." It says Kun in quotation marks appears.
Oh yeah, it is in quotation
So,
marks.
yeah,
Oh.
it's like definitely not actually him. That's
That
definitely what they're trying to imply.
that was another one. It is the supernatural.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just Supernatural taking Tsukasa's form, but it is not Tsukasa.
Also, I remember the 2 chapters back where it was implying that the living Amane Yugi was encouraging this rumor to spread.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's true. I wonder if there was a motive behind that, or if it was just being a cool senpai or something. Sensei.
Mm-hmm.
Senpai.
Well, if that's Tsukasa's brother, I don't think he would just, aha, kids being kids, walk away from that.
I mean, if I don't know, but maybe he's thinking that okay, my brother's dead, but I kind of want him to live on some way somehow. Maybe even as like in a ghost rumor. I, d- I doubt he thinks that he believes in supernaturals and thinks that his brother is going to become like a supernatural and an evil one at that. But maybe just doing it to keep a legacy for his brother or something.
Just think, Hanako toes the line between being, good and not good. He really does.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Hanako's a
true.
very morally great character. So I was just thinking if killing his brother was honest to goodness the right thing for him to do, and living would have been a selfish and wrong thing for him to do, then like wouldn't he be in a situation where he's a bit more villainous in this timeline?
I guess so, but like we don't know what the clock keepers did
We
still
don't.
to the
Yeah.
past. So like who knows, to be honest.
I need to know what the
That's
clock
those
keepers
those are
did.
those are interesting thoughts though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have good ideas sometimes. I save them for the podcast only, and then the rest of the time I have no good ideas ever.
But I'm so excited for Sushikomori's take on adult Hanako.
Oh yeah, because we know Tsuchikimura. We know the teacher's still around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to say his name and then I failed.
The teacher,
The teacher.
the teacher, that guy.
Spider Sensei. Spider Sensei's around.
The teacher.
And he has to be a supernatural.
Yeah, because he was always a
Yeah.
supernatural. So,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. And then he did mention that there were butterflies in the library, which implies that he
Yeah, yeah.
probably is still there. It's
Mm-hmm.
just not a 7 mystery.
Yeah, yeah. Just a normal supernatural.
Watch him show up and he's just like an out of control supernatural. A giant spider monster suddenly running for your life.
I'm still wondering where Sakura. I'm still wondering about the well, not Tsukasa. We know where Tsukasa is. Or quotation marks Tsukasa.
Quotation marks
I'm wondering
Sukasa.
about Sakura and Natsu.
Natsuhiko. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, still don't know anything about Natsuhiko's past, so, can't even kind of guess where he's at. Sakura, well, in theory, whatever Sakura's deal is, predates Hanako, so she should still be around, maybe? I don't know. It's confusing.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, we think that, and then, like, things change in this timeline that we feel like shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Just because of, like the Minamoto mom still being around in this timeline. It's just like, how does that connect back to Hanako and, like, Tsukasa's whole deal?
Well, it's like, if this wasn't done by Ida Iro, I would just shrug it off as like, oh, it's a different timeline, so they're doing things with it. But it's Ida Iro, so clearly there is an actual connection there.
Like, the only I'm just, like, thinking, like the Minamoto grandma was the one who sealed Hanako, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it has something to do with that? That's, like, the only connection I can think of.
Maybe.
Like, maybe? I don't know. It's just the only thing I can think of. That would connect back to the Minamoto family.
There's clearly a lot of stuff that happened back in the day that we still don't know about.
I think a lot of people might forget that detail, that, like, Hanako was sealed by, like, the Minamoto grandma. Like,
yeah.
that's the thing that was done by her. Yeah, so I'd be curious to see how that went down, too.
Yeah, I want to know how that went down.
Because obviously, Hanako must have been doing something to have to get sealed.
I'm also I'm enjoying the implication here that, like, whatever Hanako did back then, like, whatever he did to defy his own fate, like, completely changed the entire world.
Everything.
It changed everything.
Yeah, that's crazy. I guess that, like, it makes it make like more sense as to, like, how, like, he's, like, the only time that, like, the future has ever been changed by someone at the school. Because it's like, okay, clearly this was something that, like, had a huge effect on everything. So, yeah.
And Sushikomura should still have his little records, right?
He should, in theory.
Yeah.
That could be interesting if he brings it out.
Yeah, I would be curious to see. Yeah, I'm like, maybe he does. Like, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure
I don't know if that was a number 3 power.
Exactly. It's like, I don't know if that was a wonder power. It might have been, but I don't know. Whew. Well, those are all my thoughts for that chapter. What about you guys?
I think I got my thoughts out.
Next chapter predictions.
Meets would die.
Are we going to play with that thing? I think we have to play with that thing.
Well, I don't think they're gonna have a choice.
Yeah, like, I don't think. What do you think they're just gonna be like, no, and then Tsukasa's gonna be like, oh, okay.
We already talked about what an upstanding guy Tsukasa is, after all.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
My bad.
Are we going to deal with this now, or are we going to? I'm honestly more interested in Nene finding Sushikomori. That's like the most interesting thing to me right now.
I want to stay with this. I want to stay with the not Tsukasa.
Well, yeah, Mitsuma. I want to. Yeah, Mitsuma needs to die again.
Yeah, that's important. We need to witness this.
But I'm interested. I'm really interested in both. So
I want some crazy stuff to go down.
I mean, when you end a chapter with Tsukasa, yeah.
Okay, what do you expect to happen here, other than Mitsubadai? What do you expect to happen? Do they fight? Does Ko lose?
I'm expecting them to run.
Yeah, I like, huh? No.
I look around
how smart Ko is in this timeline.
We'll see how Ko responds. It might be that he tries to do something and then realizes, like, immediately that he's out of his league, and then he starts running.
Remember the Ko of chapter 3 was an idiot.
Yeah, exactly. And
and the only reason why he grew and realized that he has a limit to the people he should fight is because of Hanako, basically.
That's true.
And losing Mitsuba kind of matured him up a bit as well, or meeting Mitsuba actually.
Well,
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
Ko was only desperate to be an exorcist because of the loss of his mother, forcing Teru to and him to both be parents, essentially. So, since his mom is still around, he probably doesn't have nearly as much pressure on him to, like, live up to his brother.
Yeah, I think it's just hard to say because we don't know what this Ko has been through in comparison to our Ko from like,
that probably wouldn't have
the
made him
timeline
less
we
of an
knew.
idiot.
Yeah.
But let's see.
I mean, Chapter 3 Ko would have responded to Mitsuba and been like, yeah, awesome, run over, and it's like, I'll get this exorcist. He would have flung into this room with his spear cackling, and been like, I'll take you on, spirit. That's what Chapter 3 Ko would have done here.
Chapter 3 Ko was so funny.
The fact that he's investigating shows that this one did grow.
But we don't know in which ways, though.
Yeah, we just don't know which ways.
Yeah. Because he's got to be different from, like, our timeline Ko.
Well, he's got a boyfriend, so there is that.
Yeah, he has
clearly that is, yeah. Clearly that is the case.
I mean, he's already defending his boyfriend. Look at that stance.
No. I'll correct myself. He's got a living boyfriend.
Oh no, he's not part of the ghost boyfriend club anymore.
No.
Oh no. Don't worry, just give it a couple chapters.
Yeah, just don't worry. Mitsuba will be dead soon enough.
I'm sorry, Mitsuba. You're such an easy target.
Whose fault is that?
Adahiro.
Who did this to him?
Just served him to us on a silver platter. Come on.
Alright, it's time to die by the hands of Tsukasa again.
Here we go. This is your fate forever. No matter what time we're living in, no matter what form your body takes, your fate is to die at Tsukasa's hand. Always. Every time. Whew.
That'd be so funny. If they drew the scene the same way, too. Oh my gosh.
If they drew it the same way. Oh my god. I would hurt. Like, that would kill me. Oh god. I can't even.
What are we talking about? I got interrupted again.
It's just, if they drew Mitsuba's death the same way.
Oh my god. I could see that.
Oh my god. Well, I would open the floor for questions, but we don't have people around, so...
Nope.
I don't know. That was next chapter predictions. Next time's July 18th release. Regular day release. It's a regular day release.
I mean, wow, we still got over an hour even without anyone here, so...
That's true.
Yeah. It's fine. Yeah, we're good. We're good at this.
So good at this. That's why we have so many loyal viewers.
Yeah, right? That's why we have such a large crowd.
Right, guys?
Yeah.
All one of them, which is me, because I have the stream open.
I was wondering which one of you that was. Look, no. It went up to 3 at one point, which means we did have one other person click on it for a moment.
And then they were like, this sucks, bye.
Yeah, maybe. Oh well. We'll probably still do this next month because we have fun.
If you thought it sucked, you should have put that in the chat, okay?
Yeah,
they should have.
Voice your opinion.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Okay, well...
Comment down below if you think that this stream sucks.
Be sure to like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe if you think that this podcast is the worst.
Okay, well,
like and subscribe if you hate us.
Thank you guys for not joining us, I suppose. Anyways, we'll be back. See you next time.